This video will discuss the Chase Sapphire Reserve, Chase Sapphire Preferred, Chase Freedom, and Chase Freedom Unlimited cards. It will explain why these cards are better than any other credit card options out there when redeeming rewards for flights, and help you decide which combination of these cards is best for you. Furthermore, you will see how to transfer points between cards and book flights with your points through Chase Ultimate Rewards and their several airline partner programs. Lastly, you'll learn how to earn up to an additional 100,000 points per year through friend referrals. By using the credit card system explained in this video, I was able to purchase more than 50 flights to complete the World is One Media project on 2 complete tours around the world for only $650. If you follow what's explained in this video, you too will be able to fly around the world as cheaply as I did. If you've already seen last year's video, you can skip to the new content with the links in the description. The key to all this is a 3-part equation. 1. Earn the most points for the money you're already spending. 2. Turn these points into miles. And 3. Book the flight that you're looking for with the airline rewards program that offers it for the least amount of miles. It is key that in Part 3, you are not bound to one airline's reward program for redeeming flights. This is the problem with airline-branded credit cards. With the Chase cards, however, you have the ability to book your rewards flights with several different airline reward partner programs, airline alliances, and with the Chase Ultimate Rewards booking portal. In this way, you can choose the booking option that requires the least amount of miles for the flight you want to take. In order to maximize your rewards potential, you must achieve all 3 parts of this equation. This is best done through a 2-card system. These 2 cards are the Chase Sapphire Preferred and the Chase Freedom card. Here's more about these 2 cards and why they are better than any of the other options out there. The Chase Sapphire Preferred is absolutely crucial as it allows you to transfer your accumulated points 1-to-1 to United Mileage Plus, Singapore Airlines KrisFlyer, British Airways Executive Club, Korean Air SkyPass or KLM Air France Flying Blue program, Southwest Airlines Rapid Rewards, and Virgin Atlantic Flying Club. Since all of these airline rewards programs are associated with different airline alliances, you can use your miles to book on any airline in Star Alliance, Oneworld, and SkyTeam. This grants you the access to book flights on more than 60 airlines. This is important in maximizing your potential flight rewards because different airline rewards programs have different mile or point values for the same flight routes. This allows you to simply transfer your miles to the least expensive rewards program for the flight which you are looking for. The Chase Sapphire Preferred card currently offers a 50,000 miles sign-up bonus after spending $4,000 in the first 3 months. If you don't typically spend $4,000 within 3 months, you can make a personal online payment to yourself or a friend or a family member to meet the minimum required spend. This is known as manufacturing spend and will be explained later in the video. You can earn 5,000 miles additionally for adding a second authorized user free of charge. With the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, you earn 2 points for every dollar spent on travel, hotel, and restaurant purchases. The travel category is very broad and includes everything from hotels, airlines, car rentals, Uber rides, and parking. You'll earn 1 point for every dollar spent on all other purchases. The first year of the Chase Sapphire Preferred card is free, and after that there's a $95 annual fee. When booking online through Chase Ultimate Rewards booking portal, you can book flights with a ratio of every $100 costing 8,000 miles. This is 20% less than the cashback ratio, which is $100 for 10,000 miles. Lastly, this card is perfect for international travel as there are no foreign transaction fees around the world. An alternative to the Chase Sapphire Preferred card is the new Chase Sapphire Reserve card. The Chase Sapphire Reserve card also lets you transfer your points to all of Chase's airline partner programs and comes with additional travel perks but at a higher annual fee rate. The Chase Sapphire Reserve card currently has a 50,000 mile sign-up bonus after spending $4,000 in the first 3 months. You earn 3 points for every dollar spent on travel and restaurants, and 1 point per dollar on all other purchases. The card comes with a Priority Pass membership, which allows you complimentary access to more than 1,000 airport lounges around the world. You are also reimbursed up to $100 for an application for global entry or TSA PreCheck. There is no 5,000 point bonus for signing up a second authorized user, and doing such will cost you an additional $79 per year for the second user to enjoy the same card benefits. When booking through Chase Ultimate Rewards' booking portal, you are given a slightly better ratio than the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, with $100 of an airline ticket costing 6,666 points. The Chase Sapphire Reserve card does not, however, offer the first year free and has an annual fee of $450. However, $300 of travel category purchases per calendar year will be reimbursed to you, basically reducing the annual fee of $150 per year. When looking at both cards side by side, we see that the biggest difference between them are the luxury travel perks with the Priority Pass Airport Lounge access, Global Entry or TSA PreCheck, 1 point more per dollar for travel and restaurant purchases, the better dollar-to-mile ratio when booking through Chase Ultimate Rewards' booking portal, 5,000 bonus points for signing up a free additional cardholder, and the higher annual fee. The most important thing, however, is that you can transfer your points one-to-one in all of Chase's travel partner programs. Both cards can perform this function, and therefore both cards can act as the keystone card in this credit card system. Bottom line is, in order for all of this to work, you need to have either the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, but you don't need both of them. My personal recommendation is such. If you are a frequent traveler, flying several times a year, then the Chase Sapphire Reserve card is right for you. If you are simply saving up miles to get free flights for your once or twice a year vacation, then the Chase Sapphire Preferred card is the best card for you. The second card in the system is the Chase Freedom card. You've probably seen the commercials on TV, how it offers 5% cash back in different categories every financial quarter. For 2017, the first financial quarter from January to March, you'll receive 5 points for every dollar spent at gas stations and on local commuter transportation. The second quarter, April to June, you'll receive 5 points back for every dollar spent on grocery stores. The categories for the third quarter and the fourth quarter of 2017 are not yet released. However, if we look at last year's calendar, we saw that the third year quarter was restaurants and that the fourth year quarter was department stores and wholesale clubs such as Costco or Sam's Club. The Chase Freedom card is a free card. There's no annual fee. You'll receive 15,000 points for signing up for this card and spending $500 within the first 3 months. You'll receive 5 points for every dollar spent in that specific financial quarter's 5% cashback category. 1,000 points equals $10, 10,000 points equals $100, and so forth. The key here, however, is not to redeem your points for cash back, because these points accumulated on your Chase Freedom card can be transferred over to your Chase Sapphire Preferred card and then used to be transferred one-to-one onto an airline rewards program to book flights, which typically will cost 2 to 3 times the amount of cash back that you would have gotten. 2 to 3 times the amount of cash back for Chase Freedom's 5% category purchases means you're actually earning between 10 to 15% cash back when you're using this 2-card system to book for flights. There's simply no cashback credit card out there that can offer any kind of an offer close to 10 to 15% back, but that's what you're getting when you use this 2-card system. An alternative to the Chase Freedom card is the new Chase Freedom Unlimited card. The Chase Freedom Unlimited card also is a free card and also offers 15,000 points after spending $500 in the first 3 months. Points accumulated on the Chase Freedom card can also be transferred to either of the Chase Sapphire cards, just as previously shown with the Chase Freedom card. The difference between the 2 cards is that the Chase Freedom Unlimited card offers 1.5 points for every dollar spent on all purchases without any limit. The Chase Freedom card, however, limits its 5 point per dollar categories to $1,500 in purchases per financial quarter. Theoretically, if you wanted to maximize the points for every single dollar you spent, you could use the Chase Sapphire Reserve card for all travel and restaurant expenses at 3 points per dollar, the Chase Freedom card for that financial quarter's bonus category for 5 points per dollar, and the Chase Freedom Unlimited card for all other purchases outside of travel, restaurants, and that particular Chase Freedom 5% bonus category. But if you ask me, the extra 0.5 point accumulated by incorporating a third card into the mix isn't worth the additional credit card application pull and having to think about with every single purchase which of these 3 cards are best for me to use. To go forward with a 2-card system and decide if the Chase Freedom or the Chase Freedom Unlimited is right for you, I recommend the following. If you've been accepted already for the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, then go for the Chase Freedom card and use it only for the 5% bonus categories. If you do not have a long enough or good enough credit history yet to be accepted for the Chase Sapphire Preferred or Chase Sapphire Reserve cards, but want to start saving up points now for flights to use in a year or two when reapplying for either of the Chase Sapphire cards, then go with the Chase Freedom Unlimited card and use it for all of your purchases while building up your credit score and your credit history. So all these points, miles, percentages, cashback, rewards, how do you make sense of all this? Well, here's what I do. I use my Chase Sapphire Preferred card for anything and everything I purchase, except when a purchase is in the 5% cashback category in the Chase Freedom card. For example, when it's gas, I use the Chase Freedom card for gas, but anything and everything else will be on the Chase Sapphire Preferred. If you decided the Chase Sapphire Reserve card was a better fit for you, as explained earlier in this video, then make all of your daily purchases on the Chase Sapphire Reserve card and use the Chase Freedom card only for its 5-point quarterly categories. If this is something you'd like to do as well, then please check out the referral links below and in the description. You'll get the same exact amount of sign-up bonuses and rewards that you'd get if you sign up through the Chase website. However, Chase Bank throws an extra 5,000 miles my way for basically referring you. In the second half of this video, I'll compare this two-card system to other options that are on the market. I'll also show you how to reverse a credit card rejection and also show you a video tutorial of how to transfer the points from one card to another and then down onto an airline rewards program. Many people say, well, what about my Southwest Rapid Rewards card or my Mileage Plus Explorer card? I too used to have one of these airline branded credit cards until I learned, hey, I could be getting a lot more back for the miles and the points that I earn. The problem comes into play when airline programs have different values for the same routes. For example, I'm flying from Jordan to Israel, and if I were to book this through United, then it would cost me 15,000 miles. However, booking it through British Airways, as they price their miles on distance, on actual distance, rather than region, as United does, it cost me only 4,500. That's less than a third of the amount of miles. Being able to transfer your points and your miles down to the cheapest rewards program for that flight that you want is crucial in getting the best value for your accumulated miles. Furthermore, airline branded cards limit you to booking strictly with the one airline's reward program. With the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, you can book on more than 60 airlines through the 3 major airline alliances and directly on both of the airline branded cards reward programs used in this example. Some people also ask me about the Capital One unlimited 2% cash back option. While this might sound great as you get 2% on everything you purchase, no matter what the category, when you compare it to the two-card system, it just does not match up. Here's why. Even when getting only 1 point for purchases outside of travel, accommodation, food, and your quarterly 5-point to the dollar Chase Freedom reward categories, you're still getting a greater value with this two-card system. This is because the mile cost of rewards flights are usually 2 to 3 times the cash back value of those points. Therefore, you can basically multiply the points that you're getting to the dollar by 2 to 3 times if you want to compare them directly to Capital One. So with this two-card system, even the most minimum reward possible on purchases will match that of the Capital One. Recently, Amazon came out with a card which offers 5% cash back on all Amazon.com purchases, 2% for restaurants and gas, and 1% for all other purchases. Now, this is a great deal for someone who's looking strictly for cash back. But if you're going to end up at any time wanting to book flights with your cash back, this is by no means the best option, as you are limited to paying cash for your flights and cannot make use of booking through airline rewards programs or booking through Chase Ultimate Rewards booking portal, where you receive a 20% discount of the cashback rate, as only 8,000 points are required for every $100 worth of a ticket. With the Amazon card, you'll need 10,000 points for every $100 of cash back. And this ratio is even better for the Chase cards if you consider the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, which requires only 6,666 points for every $100 of cash back. And when you consider the 2 to 3 times cash back value that you can achieve when booking flights through airlines reward programs, then it even further solidifies the reasoning for why the Chase cards and this Chase two-card system by far outweighs the benefits of any other kind of cash back option on the market. My first flight on this trip is from Chico, California to St. Petersburg, Russia. This flight cost me 30,000 points. If I had taken the cashback value for these 30,000 points, it would have been only $300. However, I purchased a flight that would have cost me $3,000 if I'd purchased it regularly. So if you're thinking of applying for any of the Chase cards at this point, here are some things to keep in mind. To apply for a Chase account, you must have a U.S. Social Security number. This makes this card system only available for those living in the U.S. or who have at some point lived within the United States. Chase Freedom and Chase Freedom Unlimited cards do not require a great credit score or a long credit history to be approved, while the Chase Sapphire Preferred and Chase Sapphire Reserve are more premium cards and require a good credit score and some credit history. If you've never had a credit card before and are just starting your credit history but still want to save up for future travel, consider applying for the Chase Freedom or Chase Freedom Unlimited card, saving up your points for a year or two, and then by the time you apply for either of the Chase Sapphire cards, you will already have enough points saved up to purchase several flights for free. Bear in mind the 5-24 rule. The 5 of 24 rule states that if you've opened up more than 5 credit cards within the past 24 months, then Chase will automatically reject your credit card application. By viewing your credit report online, such as with CreditWise from Capital One, you can view how many accounts you've opened within the past 24 months. Now, if you apply for one of the Chase cards and are rejected, and you haven't applied for more than 5 cards in the past 24 months, or you simply just want to check the status of your application, then you can call this number. If you already have some credit card accounts with Chase, it may be the case that Chase cannot issue a larger credit line. However, it is possible to shift around existing credit limits from your other Chase cards to accommodate the addition of a new account without Chase extending further credit. When I applied for the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, this was the case for me. I simply called Chase and moved around the existing credit limits from other cards I already had with them in order to meet the minimum credit limit required of $5,000 for the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. The Chase Sapphire Preferred and the Chase Sapphire Reserve cards both require $4,000 to be spent on the card in the first 3 months in order to receive the sign-up bonus. But what if you don't typically spend $4,000 in 3 months? Well, there is a way to create spend that won't actually cost you too much money. This is called manufactured spend. To manufacture spend, in order to meet the minimum requirement of your credit card sign-up bonus, you can send a payment using an online service such as Venmo. Venmo allows you to send money to other people online. You can pay for your Venmo payment with your credit card for a 3% fee. So let's say that you're $1,000 short of meeting your minimum spend requirement. With Venmo, you can send a $1,000 payment to a trusted friend or family member paid for with your new credit card. Venmo will charge you a 3% fee for using your credit card, which in this case, for a $1,000 payment would be $30. $30 in order to retain a 50,000 mile sign-up bonus is by all means worth it. But once you've met your sign-up bonus requirement, paying 3% no longer justifies itself to manufacture spend. It is recommended to use your new credit card for the first 2.5 months for all of your purchases, and then make a one-time Venmo payment for the remaining amount you need to achieve your sign-up bonus. So how would transferring points from your Chase Freedom card to your Chase Sapphire Preferred card and then down to an airline work? Well, here's how. Here we see our 2 cards in our Chase Ultimate Rewards dashboard. I'm going to select the Chase Freedom card, and in this account you can see that there's 35,000 points which can be redeemed for $350 some odd dollars. But instead we're going to transfer some of these points over to our Chase Sapphire Preferred card for purchasing airline flights. This transfer occurs instantly. It can be done as many times as you want in both directions between both cards, and with just a few clicks it is completed. We can now view our Chase Sapphire Preferred homepage and account from here. From the Chase Sapphire Preferred account, we can use our points to transfer to travel partners. And here in this list, you'll see all of the travel partners which you can transfer one-to-one your points to. So British Airways, Korean Air, Singapore Airlines, Southwest, United Mileage Plus, Virgin Atlantic, as well as some hotels as Hyatt, IHG, Marriott, Ritz-Carlton, and Amtrak for railway. But we want to see which airline alliance will give us the best value for our points. So I'm going to look at a flight from Siberia to Dubai, award travel on United, Star Alliance. And here we can see that flying with Turkish Airlines, we have the following options, and they priced themselves at 25,000 miles for this flight. So we'll check out British Airways and their One World Alliance offerings for the same flight and the same date. And we'll see here with S7, a direct flight, which costs only 12,500. So that's obviously our best option, half the price. So we're going to return to our dashboard here of Ultimate Rewards and select British Airways. And you can only transfer in increments of 1,000. So we'll transfer 13,000 to our British Airways Executive Club rewards account. And upon clicking confirm on this next page, these points will be transferred over. Once they're transferred over, we can continue with the purchase of the flight. And for 12,500 points, or avios as they refer to them as a denomination, and $9 we can purchase this flight. Now looking at the normal cost of this flight, the exact same flight will cost $280, more than 2 times the cashback value that you would have got if you redeemed your points for cash. Some flights will be more advantageous to book directly through Chase Ultimate Rewards' booking portal. This is typically the case when you find a flight that has a very cheap dollar price, because Chase prices the point cost of their tickets as a percentage of the actual dollar cost. When you use your points to book through Chase Ultimate Rewards, Chase takes your points as payment from you and then pays the airline cash for the ticket you just booked with your points. An advantage of this is that the ticket has a booking class as a normally booked ticket and not an award ticket. Therefore, you can usually retain the miles that you actually flew. However, with an award ticket booked through an airline rewards program such as United Mileage Plus or British Airways Executive Club, you cannot retain the miles you fly. So, say we are on a trip around the world and we want to go from Moscow to Bangkok. First of all, I'll perform a standard search as if I were to pay cash for the ticket. On kayak.com, I see that there is a very cheap direct flight available from Aeroflot. This already hints to the idea that Chase Ultimate Rewards' booking portal will be our best option. But let's check all of the other options of Chase's travel partners just to be sure. We see that through United Mileage Plus on Star Alliance, this route would cost us 55,000 miles and $56. With British Airways through the One World Alliance, this flight route is not even available. With KLM, Flying Blue, and the SkyTeam Alliance, the same Aeroflot flight is available for 40,000 miles and €51. So now we can take a look at Chase Ultimate Rewards, and we see that with the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, we can book this direct Aeroflot flight from Moscow to Bangkok for only 18,672 miles. With the Chase Sapphire Reserve card's miles to dollar ratio, the flight will cost only 15,560 miles. So it's very clear that in this case, the best option to book this Moscow to Bangkok flight is through the Chase Ultimate Rewards booking portal, accessible with your Chase Sapphire Preferred or your Chase Sapphire Reserve card. All flight routes will be different, and one booking outlet is never the best for every situation or every flight route. An advantage of booking through Chase Ultimate Rewards, though, is that, as previously mentioned, a ticket booked through this portal is booked in a normal booking class. This means that you can typically receive credit for the miles flown on this flight in one of the operating airline's partner awards programs. In this case, Aeroflot is the operating carrier, and as Aeroflot is a member of SkyTeam, and our SkyTeam partner with Chase is KLM Air France Flying Blue and also Korean Air SkyPass, we could receive the actual miles flown in either our KLM Air France Flying Blue account or our Korean Air SkyPass account. To see how many miles a particular flight route is, you can search with the route's airport codes at milecalc.com. For the Moscow to Bangkok flight, we see that it's 4,400 miles. Some programs don't reward miles for all discount booking classes, but it's typically the rule of thumb that the number of miles you fly, you can retain in an airline rewards program of the operating airline or any of their airline alliance partners. If you have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, Chase Freedom, or Chase Freedom Unlimited card, you can earn up to 50,000 points per card per calendar year in friend referrals. Take note, though, that currently the Chase Sapphire Reserve card does not allow you to refer friends. The Chase Sapphire Preferred card will give you 10,000 miles for every friend referral, and the Chase Freedom and Chase Freedom Unlimited cards will give you 5,000 points per friend referral. If you have two of these cards, this is an easy way to earn up to an additional 100,000 points per calendar year. Typically, after having your card for around 6 months, you will become eligible to refer friends. To check if you are eligible to refer friends, Chase makes this very easy. Simply do a Google search for Chase Refer a Friend or go to www.chasereferafriend.com. On this page, you'll be asked to enter your last name, your billing zip code, and the 4 last digits of your card. After you enter these and click Continue, if you are eligible, you will see a screen like this. This here is for the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, and as you can see, you can earn up to 50,000 bonus points per year and 10,000 bonus points for each friend who gets the card. You have the option to send emails, post on Facebook, or Twitter. The Refer a Friend pages for the Chase Freedom and the Chase Freedom Unlimited cards look practically the same, with the only difference being that you'll earn 5,000 points or $50,000 cash back for each friend that you successfully refer. After your friends and family see that you are flying for free, this will be a very easy way to make an additional 50,000 points per card per calendar year, just by sharing what you're doing. So there you go. I know that was a lot, but that's all of the information that I know about airline miles packed into one video. It was with this information that I was able to fly around the world twice and complete my World is One Media video project. Traveling has opened my mind and changed me as a person, and it was always my dream to travel around the world. If that is your dream as well, I hope that the information in this video will help you make your dream come true. If you are interested in any of these cards and this video helped you, then please be kind enough to use the links in the description. Other than that, I wish you a safe journey and happy travels wherever that may be.